Yo, up in the place here. Radio 1 back in effect. Gotta say big ups to my man Tim Westwood, DJ Rectangle, absolutely ripping it up over there. Oh gosh, Radio 1. One in the jungle here, Friday night, 97 to 99 FM. Check it out forward, 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning now, that's the new time. That's right, got the Dropping Science boys in the place. Oh yeah, gonna have DJ Swift in the place very shortly. He's on his way back from Hastings. As we drop it nice and easy, Friday night style. Gotta say big ups to the 5-0 out there, wherever you may be. Hold tight to Ronnie Size. Hold tight Stu, hold tight Wilbur, as we take them on extravaganza, building up for the Christmas seasonal greetings period. Hold tight the UMC, hold tight the SS. Hold tight Tanya, maximum respect Brian G, all the V Recordings crew. I'm reaching out to all the massive out there listening, the cruising crew. Time to pump up the speaker, you know what I mean? Things are going up here, man. Be hitting you off with some wicked classics tonight here on One in the Jungle, Radio 1. Navigator up here in the hot seat, old time Wilbur. Dropping Science lads in the place, just chilling, you know what I mean? With the Christmas vibes. It's the old tight Westwood, absolutely blazing show. Rectangle, Freddy and all the crew. All the phone lines crew, all the ladies, you know what I mean? To right now is called Warhead. It's by the infamous Crust on V Recordings. Make sure you check it out forward. alongside the Ganja crew. We're going to open up our phone lines now, 0500 110 100. For those who want to phone up and give a shout out to your friends, might want to ask for a tune. If we got it, we try and play it for you. Opening our phone lines now, 0500 110 100. It's One in the Jungle. And across the whole country, it's Radio 1, One in the Jungle, as we rinse out selection. there you go. Still flexing on the roll. Picking up the Mampi Swift out there, making his way to the studio. He's gonna be here very, very soon. As we rinse out selection. Don't forget the phone lines are open 0500 110 100 for your shouts and your requests. Got quite a few coming through. Later on we'll be opening the fax line. Still to come here on One in the Jungle, the gig guide. We're going to be telling you about some stuff that's going on right now. If you're sitting in your house, dolling yourself up, getting yourself ready to go out there tonight. We're going to be giving you the rundown later. Old tight EL Double. Sorry I didn't get to see you last night down at the old Bar Roomba. Hope to see you soon, blood. Not forgetting later on we've got a competition to win some tickets for the ever popular Essential Music Festival. Look out for that one later on. Phone lines are going absolutely crazy, by the way. Keep it coming, 0500 110 100. Oh, listen to this. Shouts going out to Dangerous Danny and the Delinquents listening up in Manchester. Also going out to the Double Z and the Taunton Massive. Big shouts going out to the Bartman, the Addy and Griff over in the Cardiff region. Also massive respect to the Bradford Horse Massive. Also the Red Eye Posse listening in Eastbourne. Chilling, coming at you from the Gino and the Man with the Blunts. Inside the groove. Hold tight the DJ Remedy and the DJ MC in Inverness. Not forgetting the DJ Kid. Hold tight. Oh, G-Mac. Out to the Asian Dub Foundation over in the Holborn side of things, working out, flexing down in the roundhouse, just chilling. The phone line's still open, 0500 110 100. Don't forget later on we're gonna have competition, that's right, to win tickets to go to the Essential Festival, wherever that may be. I'll have them in front of me soon. Also gigs coming up later on. Stuff happening later on tonight. Also stuff happening tomorrow and some Christmas parties and some New Year's parties. Plenty of parties. A shout going out to Matt in Leeds. Also a big shout going out to the STS Miller. Listening in the Mount. Hold tight the Scample. Shouts going out to Big Begley, Little Begley, and Sarah from Northampton. Also, big up the BP family. Oh, yeah, it's Swift. You say, mate? All right. Gotta say big ups to the Wilbur for holding the fort. Mixing weren't too bad, mate. We'll let you off this time. Don't forget, next week we've got one of those extravaganza Christmas special shows. Make sure you tune in. As we enter inside the sounds of the Mampi, inside the place.
Tonight for the dignity of man.
Entering inside the exclusive sounds of the Mampi Swift.
I speak tonight for the dignity of man.
Spanking you with the sound. Shout reaching out to Ricochet, that's coming from the NATO. Also massive shout to the Becclestown massive. Bigging up the lady like Donna and the lady like Zoe, locked down in Mottingham in Brockley. Also big shout to Kelly in Camberwell, and shouts from Juice in Lee Green. Oh, 500 110 100. Goes out to the cruising crew. If you're cruising around the capital, nowhere to go. Check it out down at the end. You got Full Cycle in session. Ronnie Size, Crust, Guy, Southern, Brian G. Not forgetting the Jack Frost, Ray Kiefer, the Andy C. That's down at the end tonight. Full Cycle. Big things in a London city. Oh, God, Swift, man. As we work up a sweat. And if you're out west of the country, as we speak, the Fruit Club goes down at the Brunel Rooms in Swindon. DJs like Mickey Finn over there, Groove Rider, Kenny Ken, SS Randall, Nicky Black Market. Goes up to 3 o'clock. Check it out. Don't forget to check it out on the net for all the internet freaks. Fax line soon to open.
entitled Swarm. Gonna big up Scotty for this one. The one they call Doc Scott. Look out for this one. Metalheads, I believe. Gonna moving into some Charge recording stuff. Late 97, early 98. So look out for that one, yeah? Into the latest release on Charge Recordings, out in your shops now. Track entitled The One, something from yours truly. Gonna take time out to big up all the massive that was down Barumba last night. Also all the unique artists. Had a wicked dinner down in Benihana's, Kings Road, Chelsea. Gonna send it out to the Fantasy. Absolutely got crushed. You're finished, mate. You're finished. Chelsea FC, nah.
phone line still blazing. Don't forget to check that out. 0500 110 100. Get it right. Stick sends shout out to Tat and Steve, also wishing them a Merry Christmas. Big shout goes out to DJ Kaz, getting ready for Schizophrenia. That's on New Year's Eve. That's coming from the Exodus and the Gifford Park Massive. Shout goes out to Jacqueline in Manchester. That's from Louise in Woodhorse Park. Also a shout to Popeye in Aldenshaw from all the lads in Salford. Shout to Ash and Iron E. And also a big shout to the Oxford crew, especially the DJ Spinback and the Funky Technicians. Don't forget, later on we're going to have this competition and we're going to be giving away 3 of DJ Fantasy's new album, presents the Elements of Freedom, featuring people like DJ Hype, Jack Smooth, Pascal, Gemini, DJ Probe, also MC Fats and Tov. Definitely fat, definitely on the wanted list. And don't forget, we got these tickets for the Essential Ever Popular Festival. Who wants to win a ticket and who wants to win an album, mate? Got some events for your diary. So keep it locked right here to Radio 1 in the Jungle, 97 to 99 FM with DJ Swift. Don't forget, as we speak, it's going on down at the end. Full cycle night tonight. Ronnie Size, Jap Frost, Crust, Ray Keith, Di, South Brian G, Andy C. It's going to be jumping down there. Make sure you reach. Goes on until 5. Fruit Club up at Brunel Rooms. That's about finished now anyway, so... Side the ride with the Swift. Don't forget to call us up on the phone line 0500 110 100, and the fax line is now open 0645 110 100. For those who ain't got a phone but you got a fax, 0645 110 100, and keep their messages sensible, please. Hold tight to Mickey Finn and the JQ.
Yeah, moving into something, reminiscing slightly. Gonna pick up DJ Di, Ronnie Side, Full Cycle Massive, catch him all down the end as Navi's told ya. Gonna also take time out to pick up Zinc, True Players. Gonna pick up Hype Pascal. Hype was drinking the zombies last night. Little mix and blend on the old alcohol. Gonna pick up Hype, gonna pick up Caroline, Sonia, doing some hard work for the agency. Yeah, we're going to slide out of this one. Going to once again big up the Full Cycle Massive. Going to slide into something forthcoming on Charge Recordings. So it should be out sometime in February, something from yours truly. Track entitled High Tech.
Big things for Charge Recordings for 98. Make sure you check it out. Up and coming. With a Swift on the 1 and 2 here at 1 in the Jungle tonight. Bigging up Ronnie and all the boys down at the end. With the Vortex bass line down there. I can't last more than half an hour in there, mate. I'm telling you. Brand spanking new by the Swift. Keep the phone lines coming. Goes out to Dawn down in East Sutton Park. Shout goes out to Russell, Eric and the Hastings crew that's coming from DJ Steps. Also a big shout from east to west, that's from the Dear Butts. Big shout goes out to Ambery and Baba G, that's coming from Annie Fanny in Leicester.
moving into something coming from the Ed Rush, also the Optical. Look out for this one on V Recordings. I think it's flying about on promo at the moment. Catch the flip side of this, Function. Something dark, rolling and jazzy, all in one. Gonna big up Brian G, Jumping Jack Frost. V Recordings Massive, Philly Blunt. moving into something forthcoming on Charge Recordings as well. This is the flip side of High Tech, track entitled The Doomer. Something also from yours truly. Should be out sometime in February. Charge 98.
One in the jungle.
Gonna take time out to big up man like the DJ Zinc, probably making his way back down to London. Gonna send it out to all the massive that were down in Hastings tonight, the Unique Artist Night. Gonna big up the Flux, gonna big up L Double as well. I'll see you New Year's Eve, mate.
forget, tomorrow night you can check it out forward at Pure Science Atomics down in Maidstone. DJs down there will be Nicky Black Market, Brocky, Andy C, Special K and the Wild Child. £8 to get in there and it goes from 9 till 2. Don't forget tomorrow night also Steppers down at Imperial Gardens, Camberwell New Road, London. DJs down there, Randall Optical, Ray Keith. Price is $7.50 down there. Time goes from 10 to 6. For more info on that one, 0171 252 6000. Don't forget tomorrow night also Warning at the Junction in Cambridge. DJs down there will also be the man like Mampi Swift who's on the decks now. Wild Child, SS Forensic, Nicky Black Market, Brocky, Ron, also Andy C and Swanee. I'll be down there myself. Price is £12 to get in down there. It runs from 10 till 6. More info on that, 01223 511 511. Make sure to check it out. Don't forget Jungle Pressure meets Heat at the Xmas party tomorrow night. The Mansion House, Worthing. DJs in the Underground Arena, Hype, Brocky, Andy C, Nicky Black Market, Swift, Pressure Crew, Tricks. Runs till 4 o'clock. £12 before 12. Some more dates here for your diary. Boxing Day, Breakbeat Culture's first birthday party at Lakota up in Bristol. DJs up there will be Andy C, Daisy, Dakota, Donovan, Bad Boy Smith and Mark Substance. Runs from 10 to 5 up there. Price is £5 to £8. Make sure you check it out forward. Don't forget Telepathy Christmas special is on Boxing Day this year at the Rex Stratford in London. DJs on the night, Brian G, Brocky, Swift, Andy C and Nicky Black Market, $13.50 down there. More info on that, 0181 215 6003.
Moving into a track entitled The Journey. Look out for this one. Out in your shops now. Flip side of this, the one. Something I played a bit earlier on. Gonna be playing some more Charge stuff later on. Full on Charge recordings. All the way.
With definitely big things that go on. More days for your diary. Movements bubbling under twice as nice, the Xmas special. We move on to the complex this year. In London, DJs in the Movement Arena, Groove Rider, Hype, Ray Keith, Jumping Jack Frost, Brian G, Tonic and Blim, price £8. Before 11, £12 thereafter, runs from 9 till 6 in the morning. More info there is 01719309366. That's Movements on Boxing Day. Not forgetting Alpha Magic event down at Adrenaline Village in London. DJs in the Drum and Bass Arena, Randall, Kenny Ken, Darren J, Devious D, Damage and Merlin. Price is £15 down there. More info 0958310 519. Boxing Day extravaganza. Hold tight Westwood. Safe journey home, drive safe. To the cruising crew out there. Reaching out to the phone line crew, said speed into me, this 0500 110 100. Fax is also running 0645 110 100. Radio 1. Gotta say massive respect reaching out to Sue for so much hard work down at Radio 1 here. Also Wilbur. Got to big up the one they call Tanya, UMC. You know how we do. Dedication, you know what I mean? Gotta say massive respect reaching out to the Swift for turning out tonight. Played some wicked selection. And it's reaching out to all the listeners out there. Some more... Put false teeth back in. Some more events for your diary. New Year's, Ever After the Planet Coventry. Ryder, Fabio Goldie, Bookham and Ed Rush. That's from 6 till 6. It's going to cost you $32.50 to get in there. More information on that 01643 708 610. Also One Nation on New Year's at the Island Ilford. Mickey Finn, Hype, Andy C, Brian G, Randall, Kenny Ken and Rap back to back with Brocky. Black Market, also Zinc. It's going to be hectic up there. £29 up there, 9 till 7 in the morning. That's One Nation at the Island. World Dances New Year's Bash is at the Wembley Conference and Exhibition Centre this year in London. DJs like The Rider, Kenny Ken, Randall, SS, Hype, Zinc, Andy C and Nicky Black Market. Times from there is from 7 until 7 in the morning. More info there, 0171 613 4768. Price is £25 and £30 there. And if you're still looking for somewhere to go on New Year's Eve, but you're short of a bit of cash, don't worry, because we've got tickets for the Essential event at Alexandra Palace in London. Live performances from Adam F, Ronnie Size would represent. DJs in the drum and bass arena are Groove Rider, Ganja Crew, LTJ Bookham, Fabio, Jack Frost, Pesce, Randall, Chemistry and Storm and Nicky Finn. Times are run from 8 until 6 there. Well, tickets would set you back by £39, but you can have a pair for nothing if you can tell us the name of Ronnie Size's Mercury Prize winning album. The name of Ronnie Size's Mercury Prize winning album. This is a phone-in competition and the number to dial is 0500 110 100. So get on the case. 2 tickets up there for the Essential event at Alexandra Palace. New Year's, it's going to be mad up there. Tickets will cost you £39. £39. I think I'll have to go into promoting. Yeah, big things there, definitely. Okay, so if you can come up with a name for this album, you win yourself a pair of tickets. Got some albums going later on and all, you know what I mean? Radio 1. Got 3 of these DJ Fantasy Presents albums to give away. We're going to find a question for that. So keep your finger on those digits. 0500 110 or 100. Phone line crew. Oh, yeah. Big things going on tonight inside the studio with Swift in the place, rinsing out some bad boy selection for real. Who we got on the line? We got somebody in the line here. Are you there?
Yeah.
Who's that, mate?
Yeah, my name's Tom Palmer, mate, from Bath.
Tom Palmer from Bath?
Yeah.
And you reckon you know the answer for this question?
Yeah, of course, mate. The question
Yeah, right, you do. Okay, then, so I'm going to ask you the question again. What's the name of Ronnie Sides' Mercury Prize-winning album?
New Forms, mate.
New Forms, mate. Well, I think you're a winner then, ain't you, mate? You don't sound like you come from Bath. You sound like you come from Stoke Newton, really.
Is it?
Is it?
Stoke Newton.
Okay, you're a winner, Tom. You're a winner on One in the Jungle tonight. You won yourself a pair of tickets to go down to Alexandra Palace, and you're going to see Ronnie himself down there. Adam F's going to be there, and there's going to be loads of people down in the Drum and Bass Arena. Are you going to have a wicked time or what?
Oh, yeah, mate, definitely.
Okay, mate, have fun.
Cool.
You're a winner on One in the Jungle.
Thank you.
As we roll it with Swift Said Speed into Mead, we've got another competition now, haven't we? Yeah. Right, oh yeah, here's a box. I have the box in my hand. DJ Fantasy presents Elements of Freedom, featuring DJ Hypejack, Smooth Pascal, and all the massive. We've got 3 albums here. We've got 3 albums here going. Gone. They're gone already. Wilbur's gone. Yeah, we've got 3 albums going. One question. What's the question, Swift?
Well, the question is, and I don't want none of my mates phoning up. Right?
No mates phoning.
None of that.
We know your voices, so don't try it.
Right, the question is, I mean, it's a wild guess, but how tall am I? And you got to be bang on.
Yeah, you got to be bang on. Otherwise, it's not running. Do you understand? Bang on, right? Swift's height, and you find yourself the proud owner of a DJ Fantasy album.
In centimeters.
In kilos.